Hey everyone, I got some great news for you. It turns out that I am actually climbing to the International Space Station. I got an email from one of my new supporters and donors last week, and he said, hey, you should tell everyone that you're climbing to the space station, which that was pretty cool. The story behind that is space station hovers between about 330 and 430 kilometers above the Earth. And so if I get a little more than 1 million feet, which is 305,000 meters, I'd be pretty close. So I figured, hey, we'll add something to the challenge here and see if I can make it all the way to the space station. So these are the kind of things that keep me motivated during days like today, where it is absolutely pissing rain. I got up early and managed to get 2,000 meters in before the rain came, for the most part, but I got totally soaked and freezing on the way down when the rain finally came. So this is my February update, and I'm a little late getting it out, but it's been a busy one, and so far the story continues to be all about weather, travel, and support. So on the weather front, I mean, if we look at the first part of February, it was unbelievable. I kicked off the month on February 1st with a Seymour summit. It was sunny, it was minus 20, but I made it up. It was a great way to start the month off. Short month with 28 days, and I spent 7 of those on the road, which we'll talk about in a bit. So had a few weather stories along the month. First Friday in February, if you remember, we had another good snow dump here in Vancouver. So being the weather watcher that I am, I checked the radar the night before. I got up at 5 o'clock and I got out before the snow hit at about 7 o'clock. I just did hot laps in my neighborhood, just up and down one of these trails, try to stay off the main roads, and managed to get 500 meters in before daybreak. It was a little depressing to see the snow fall, because that was followed quickly by 2 days back-to-back of ski touring, which is amazing for the most part, except that good ski touring weather tends to be when it's just snowed and it's sunny out. And when it's just snowed and it's sunny out, I'm generally going to choose to ride my bike just because it's so much more time effective. So I couldn't ride because the weather was so terrible, so I went up to the hills, did some ski touring, and it was almost as bad, except that instead of rain hitting you in the side of the face, it's snow hitting you in the side of the face. So it was a little bit nasty, but I mean, the great news is when it was all said and done, I finished the month, 28-day month, I'll say it again, with just shy of 85,000 feet of vertical that month. So I'm super pumped. I was aiming to do 60 and 60 in January, February. I did 70 and then almost 85. So we're at about 155,000 feet as of March 1st. So I mentioned I was on the road a bunch, and travel was really the second side of the story here. I spent 7 days on the road in Winnipeg, Calgary, and Canmore, which meant I did 7 days of monotonous stair climbing in various hotels. I gotta say my favorite is certainly the Alt Hotel in Winnipeg. I have got stair climbing there down to an art. Now, each time I go up from lobby to the 20th floor, I can hit about 50 meters, which means I'm doing 10 to 12 to maybe 15 laps a day to try to get my daily target, which is 835 meters a day. So what I've been doing in the stairs, I know you're all dying to know. Podcasting has been my friend. Listening to the same music is just not going to work for me. So I've been downloading these great podcasts. They've been, either business podcasts or these nutrition podcasts or anything else I can find to keep my mind away from the fact that I am walking up stairs for hours on end. The other piece has been playing games or doing little interval workouts on the stairs. So I might do 1 lap up the stairs really hard and then slow it down, and just little things like that. I might try to do laps of the stairs where I'll skip a couple stairs just to try to break the monotony. And then of course there's the elevator ride down, where all I'm doing is getting in the elevator and just hoping that nobody has to get in and share the elevator with this gross, sweaty guy. Especially as the workouts get towards the end, it's especially disturbing, and I feel bad for anyone who had to share the elevator. But so far, everyone's been fairly kind. I actually managed to do 3,500 meters of stair climbing this month, which is inspiring and depressing all at the same time. So I'm, on the stair climb piece, I'm starting to wonder, as the days are getting a bit longer and the weather might be warming up, although it was minus 30 when I was in Winnipeg last time, I'm a bit worried because in the summertime, I like to run when I travel. So in Calgary, I'm usually running along the Bow River. In Winnipeg, I usually find time to run along the rivers there as well. But that's not really going to get me a lot of vertical in a place like Calgary or Winnipeg, where it is dead flat in the city. So I'm trying to figure out, will I be able to actually stay motivated enough to see the sun shining outside, maybe it's 15, 20 degrees, and still be able to muster the courage to actually stay inside and do the stairs and get the vert where it counts. Time will tell. So that's been the story on the travel front. 7 days out of 28 on the road. So I'm super pumped that I got to where I wanted to get to. The other side of the story has really been about support from all of you, from some new faces, and from a new sponsor I brought online. So on the donor side, I've had my biggest month ever for donations. Racked up a few $100, still nowhere near my goal, but we're getting there. I think what I'm noticing is people are actually starting to take me seriously. So in January, it's easy to say, yeah, I'm going to do 1,000,000 feet, and then it's easy to taper off, especially given the horrendous winter we've had in Vancouver. Well, now I'm 2 months in, I'm well above where I wanted to be as far as vertical, and I'm convinced I'm going to do it. So donors have been really coming in. My boss donated, which is awesome. Had a couple of people come out of the blue, and it's been great to see. The other piece of big news I got is on the bike sponsorship side. So I've been working on a partnership with Land Yachts Bikes. You know them probably for their skateboards. They're in essence, the pioneers of longboarding. Well, they're making bikes now, and they're doing custom steel bikes. So why would a guy going up hills want to ride a steel bike? Number one, comfort. Number two, it's not super heavy. It's a 20-pound bike all in, which is pretty light considering that I'm riding a 23-pound bike most of the winter anyway. So I've got this great new Land Yachts bike. Just picked it up in time for 10 straight days of rain. So I will not be riding it anytime soon. But I did get a chance to hop on it last night and take it for a rip up Seymour, and it is beautiful. Lots more to come on the bike piece from Land Yachts, and I'll definitely do a video profile of the bike. So that's it as far as the update. You can see it's been all about weather. It is right now as we speak in Vancouver, just bucketing down rain. It's been tough, but I'm doing it. I'm super optimistic, and the bonus is days are starting to get longer. I got more time in the morning and more time in the evening to get vertical in and to really hit the weather windows that I need, where it's not this deluge where I'm trying to climb up Mount Seymour when we're getting 10 mils of rain per hour. So feeling great. I know I'm going to be able to hit the goal, and what I'm looking for from all you is certainly if you feel compelled to donate, even if it's just $5, go on to pinkbartape.com, click the link at the bottom, donate. I'd really appreciate it. This is the only way I'm going to hit my goal. I'm not just riding for fun. I'm riding to raise money for pancreatic cancer research. So certainly donations go a long way. Second piece is, obviously it's been terrible weather for riding, but I'm looking at organizing some rides, getting more people out. I'd love to have you along once those start going. It's getting a little monotonous riding up Mount Seymour alone. So I'm seeing more and more riders out there. Last thing you can do is help me out on social. I'd really love to get, oh man, camera malfunction. So on the social side, I'd love it if you can give me some love on social, help me out, give me, shoot me out a retweet, post something on Instagram, or just send me a kudos on Strava. You'll find me on all those platforms at Pink Bar Tape. All right, thanks everyone. Next update's coming real soon. We're almost halfway through March, and I can't wait to give you an update with the longer days and the better weather. Okay, talk to you.